Hi everybody, and welcome to week 14. Just wanted to give you a brief overview of what you're looking at for this week, as well as touch on the final paper a bit. This week we're continuing our focus on special topics in PR by looking at ethics. In addition to your reading, you also have clips from the movie Thank You for Smoking. This movie is a really well done movie that fits in perfectly with our discussion of ethics. It follows the story of Nick Naylor, a lobbyist for big tobacco, and really focuses on how his personal and organizational ethics kind of intersect and frame his actions. And we kind of watch him undergo some change in his ethics and his approach to work. So it's really great and fits right in with what we're talking about this week. As with the Hancock video, because of our editing capabilities, there are some parts that are either extraneous or I would rather not have in there, but it was either what's posted or nothing at all, so I went with what we could get. In terms of work this week, you have a discussion as always, and then your activity is a case study that kind of puts you in the position of deciding what you would do if you were asked to compromise your ethics to create a campaign for an organization at which you are a new employee, which could very well be a situation you find yourself in the near future. So it's an interesting case study, and then I pose questions in the directions for you to answer. So that's it for this week. I wanted to draw your attention to the final paper that is coming up. It's due on Saturday the 27th, so not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And it asks you to analyze the PR, practices or the PR endeavors of a company, usually a Fortune 500 company. It can be the same company that you did for your media monitoring project, and you can choose to work with a partner or work alone. So all of that is up to you. You can also choose a new company if you want to. So you have a lot of choices there. And basically it's 10 pages, double-spaced, and there are a series of required elements as well as optional elements. So if you go to the final evaluation PR, I think I call it PR evaluation paper, or maybe it's PR final paper folder, on Angel, you'll see the write-up there. So just to go over them briefly, the mandatory elements are for you to give an overview of the company, a brief history of the company, and that should be an appendix, an analysis of their communication strategies, to describe the public's top challenges facing the company, awards and honors the company has gotten in the past 10 years, and an analysis of how the company utilizes media. So for this paper, because there is no final exam, it's really your time to show me that you've kind of internalized what we've talked about and know what we've talked about in terms of the readings in the lesson. So an A paper will cite the readings and the lessons to support your points. So the best papers will be a combination of your own personal analysis with support from the lessons and the readings. After you complete the required portion, there is a portion where you can choose 2 out of 5. I think it's 2 out of 5. It's either 2 out of 5 or 2 out of 6 options, including looking at a news release and comparing how it was written to how it appeared when published, analyzing a crisis the company faced and how it dealt with it, describing how the company is involved in its communities, so think back again to CSR, interviewing or by phone or email a public relations professional within the company. And I've heard from professionals who have come to our Learn It lunches that these are extremely valuable interviews. A lot of times professionals are more than happy to take the time to talk to a student who wants to break into the industry, so I would absolutely recommend doing that option. Or you can create your resume and cover letter as though you're applying for an entry-level PR position within the company. So you can either find a position on Monster or another job, or the company website, or another job search engine, or you could make one up, but make sure you're very specific. So when you write your cover letter, I want you to mention the title of the job that you're looking for, even if you had to make it up, and tell why you're a match for that company and how you fit the company's specifications. So do be specific. Also, if you're working with a partner, you each have to submit a cover letter and a resume. And then finally, the last section is again mandatory, and that's analyses and suggestions. Okay, so just based on what you found, what do you think of their overall PR plan, and what would you suggest for the future? So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. I'll be in my office Wednesday and Thursday this week, and you can always get in touch with me via email. Have a great week.